Hello, the Reluctant Rambler here, and today we're going to walk the Heritage Trail in Swinley Forest. A 3-mile, easy, dog-friendly, pram-friendly and in dry conditions, mobility scooter and wheelchair-friendly as well. Our walk starts at Lookout. Directions on how to get here and coordinates can be found in the video description. There is a signpost here, but it doesn't have a sign for the Heritage Trail, which starts behind the lookout. So we need to follow the signs to the coffee shop and picnic area. So we go through this gate on the left hand side of the lookout and walk up past the coffee shop, then go through the gate at the other end where the Heritage Trail starts. On the right, just before the second gate, you'll see the signpost, with a sign pointing towards Caesar's Camp, which we'll be passing during the walk. Once through the gate, we're at the start of the Heritage Trail. We have this path on our left, and this one on our right. But we will be heading along this one in front of us. After a short stroll, we come across this signpost on our right, marking the Heritage Trail and the lookout. We have a pathway on our left with another one on our right, but we are going to head straight ahead along this path. As you walk past, you'll see these sort of posts up with sort of squiggly drawing on the top and either red or green circle underneath. These are actually mountain bike paths, which the Swinley Forest is well known for. After coming down Side Hill, we hit this junction, which carry on same direction we're going at the moment. There is a pathway coming in from our left, another one off to our right, which will be the direction we come back from. And there is a marker post here on the Feud Mark the Heritage Walk, which is the one with the brown arrows, so if you do see one, which are very few and far between, you know you're on the right track. As Swinley Forest is a working forest, you quite often see areas like this. This is part of what they call their 20-year plan, where they grow the trees and cut them down after 20 years. They then leave it like this for a year or so to let wildlife flourish in the area, and they replant it all again. So we continue along the pathway until we come to the next junction, and here we will be turning right. There is a sign here, but it's leaning up against a tree. It points in the wrong direction, so it's not much use. As you probably noticed, there's a lot of pine trees in this area of the woods. This is because this part of the Swinley Forest is used for wood production. So off we head to our right towards Caesar's Camp. A short distance up the path we come across this small forest pond on our left hand side. Swinley Forest used to be mainly moorland, and we get that from the names of some of the hills in the forest, such as Broadmoor, Owsmoor, Whitmoor and Englemere, so sometimes you see quite a few of these sort of ponds everywhere. Just continue along this pathway until we get to the entrance to Caesar's Camp, which we'll see on our right hand side. Here we are where Caesar's Camp is situated, and we have a pathway coming in from our acute left, another one from our left, which is actually where the Heritage Trail goes. We have another one situated just to the front of us, and on our right we have the kissing gate leading us into Caesar's Camp. But luckily for us, we had this signpost on the left-hand side, one of only 4 on the whole walk. This marks the Heritage Trail, Caesar's Camp, and heading back to Lookout. At this point I decided to go into Caesar's Camp and have a quick look around. There is this notice board situated around the edges of the camp itself, which gives some historical facts, with artists' impressions of what the camp would look like in its heyday. Caesar's Camp was probably built somewhere between 500 to 300 BC, and typical of these types of hill forts, it was just piled dirt ramparts on top of a hill. Most of the camp nowadays is just covered in heath, land, with trees sparsely dotted all over the place. If you head right down towards the end, following this main path here, you'll actually come across Queen Anne's Way. This was actually built through the ramparts so that Queen Anne could actually follow the hunt in her carriage. She was supposed to be quite a large lady, so sometimes she couldn't actually get on a horse anymore. Most of the camp is just left for wildlife, which is abundant here, especially with reptiles, but you can see deer on quite a regular basis. There hasn't been actually much of an archaeological dig here previously, but on the few that have occurred, they've found some coins from the 1st century AD, and also some anomalies probably believed to be storage pits of some kind. So because of the poor quality of the soil in the area, it was probably impossible to farm, so some of the don't feel was actually occupied on a regular basis, just used in times of strife. Also, maybe used for fairs. Caesar's Camp actually got its name during the Victorian period, as Caesar never came actually anywhere near the area. Here we can actually see how high the ramparts really were, even though they've been eroded over the years by natural cause and also human cause. They're still fairly high. After our short visit to Caesar's Camp, we now head back through the kitchen gate, back to the signposts, and continue along the Heritage Trail along this path. And we just continue along here until we reach this junction here with a sort of sandy ground area. There is a signpost here marking the lookout, and that's the direction we'll be going, so at this point we'll be now turning left. There is this path going off to the right, continuing along our route along the Devil's Highway. Devil's Highway is in actual fact a Roman road which ran from London's New Silchester, with other roads running off to Bath, Gloucester and Old Sarum. Old Sarum being the name originally for the original Salisbury, which would come famous later on as a rotten borough controlled by the Pitt family. We now come across this gate, which brings us into the busiest junction which we have on our walk. And we have a signpost here, which has signs marking the Devil's Highway, and the lookout, which is the route we wish to take. There are a number of paths meeting at this junction, and the one we wish to take is the second path slightly to your left. You'll know it's the right one, as there's a green fence on the left hand side. Behind this fence there is this water reservoir. So if this is on your left, then you're going the right way. and we continue along this path until we get to the next major junction, where we'll see the signpost here which points out the lookout to our left, and it's the direction we wish to go. So after turning left, we continue along this path. You know you're going the right direction because there's a small pond on the right hand side with a stile. Swinley Forest, besides being known as a royal hunting ground, was actually well known for its brick making. Royal Albert Hall was made totally from bricks in this area. Continuing along the path, we now come back into one of the pathways we went earlier, where we'd gone to the pathway on our left. This time we will turn to our right, heading back towards the lookout. We now continue towards the lookout in the opposite direction from the way we came earlier to finish our walk. And here we are back at the lookout. Heritage Trail's always been very popular with cyclists, dog walkers and joggers, but it's not too long and it's circular. If you found this video useful, please like it, it helps the channel. If you wish to see more videos and get updates on new videos coming onto the channel, please follow. A full description of the walk with maps and written instructions can be found in the Reluctant Rambler magazine on issue.com. A link is attached in the video description. Thank you for watching.